Hi guys, and thanks for joining me for this Yoga Sizzle video. So this video is going to involve some of the forms or sequences from calligraphy yoga and incorporating it into a more familiar hatha yoga flow. So, do your best, enjoy yourself, and join me on the mat. We're going to start seated. So, sitting cross-legged, and have your hands on your knees. Just closing your eyes. Feeling your spine grow nice and tall. And with your in-breath, breathing in along the spine. From the tip of your tailbone along the back of your spine, past the back of your heart, the back of your neck, the back of your skull, out through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, follow the movement of energy down the front of your spine, all the way back down. As you inhale, follow the movement of energy up along the back of your spine, up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, follow the movement of energy down the front of your spine. And one more time. Inhale, and the energy rises up past the back of your spine, the back of your heart, the back of your neck, the back of your skull, piercing the top of your skull. And as you exhale, it returns down the front of your spine. Feeling gravity holding you close to the earth. And opening your eyes. Now keeping your upper body still, so your chest and shoulders still, just making little tiny circles with your hips. And keep the rest of your spine still, so tiny little articulations of hip movement. And it can be quite hard, I know. And then we're going to move the other way. Noticing one way might be easier than the other. And then coming into stillness. And then we'll do the bigger circles. So, starting your first direction, big circles. But keep your hips and your pelvis anchored. So let gravity hold you in place. Sit bones reaching down to the floor. And we're going to reverse it, coming the other way. And coming back to center and sitting up. And then from here we're going to come into a kneeling position. Rolling over your ankles and sitting down back onto your heels. If this doesn't feel good on your knees for whatever reason, you're going to stay up on your high kneeling position. Totally fine. If it is okay for you to sit down onto your heels, you're going to start down low. And then we're going to inhale our hands back, up, lifting the heels, or lifting the hips. And then you're going to make fists, and you're going to press your hips forward, and you're going to squeeze your elbows and your hands back. And then you're going to take your arms out wide like a big hug as you slowly sit your hips back down to your heels. Good. Circling your arms back, squeezing your butt, lifting up. And then making fists, pulling in and pressing your hips forward so you open across the chest. Maybe even looking up. And then circle your arms out wide like you're giving a hug, and as you sit your hips back down. One more time. Squeezing your hips, sitting up. Hands circle up. And making fists. Hips forward, bum squeezing. Pull your elbows in. And circle your arms out wide. And slowly lower down like a hug. Now touch the tips of your fingers together. Imagine you're hugging a tree. And take your fingers a little bit apart. We're going to add on some movement of the spine. So we start by moving to the right, twisting as far to the right as you can. And then it's like you want to lift your belly button up on the right. Stretch up on the right elbow up high. Then you're going to curl forward, down through center. Twist yourself around to the left. Lifting up high on the left side bending of the left, or opening of the side, left side, and then curling down to center. Inhale, twisting to the right, lifting up high on the right side. And exhaling down through center. Twisting to the left. Inhaling up high on the left. And curling down through center. Inhaling up high on the right. One more time. Curling through center. Exhaling to the left. And lifting up high on the left. And curl to center. And release. So we'll use that later on in our sequence. Come to standing. And you're going to come to the top of your mat. Standing with your feet hip distance, sinking a little into your knees. And then you're going to shrug your shoulders forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down. Adding knees and hips. Forward, up, back, down. Sinking into the knees and hips. And then exhaling down. Inhaling, rolling up the back of the spine. Exhaling down the front of the spine. Rolling up. Inhaling the front of the spine. Exhaling down the back of the spine. We're going to reverse it. So inhaling out the back of the spine, taking your shoulders back, up, forward, down. Inhaling back, forward, down. One more time, back, up, forward, and roll all the way down. Fingers to floor, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. Step your left leg back to a long lunge. Lowering the back knee. Inhaling your hands back, circling all the way up. Then you tuck the back toes, and then lift the back knee. Squeeze your elbows in, lifting your heart. And then lower the back knee as you circle forward like a hug. Inhaling your hands back and up. Then as you make fists, squeeze your elbows in, then we lift the back knee. And circling arms out wide, lower the back knee. Coming into our hugging. And then last time, hands circle back and up. Lift the back knee and squeeze your elbows in. And circling your arms out wide. And bring your hands to the floor. And stepping back to down dog. Maybe pedaling out your feet a little. Wagging your tail. And coming to stillness. Lifting the ribs away from the floor. And then we lift the heels up high. Sink a little into the knees. Then we roll forward. High plank. Bring the knees to the floor. Come down to your bellies. And the elbows lift towards the sky. The hands stay on the floor. The toes, or the tops of the feet stay on the mat. And peeling the spine away. For Cobra, Balasana, Bhujangasana. And then lowering all the way back down. Pushing up and back to down dog. Lifting your heels a little, sinking your knees a little. Floating your left leg up high. And stepping your left foot all the way forward. Back knee to the mat. Same thing. Taking your hands back. Lifting up. Palms might touch. Tucking the back toes. Squeezing your elbows in. Back knee lifts. And circling forward, lower the knee. Inhaling back. Up. Exhale, squeeze in. Back knee lifts. Maybe the heart lifts. Your arms reach out in front, like a big hug as you lower the knee. One more time. Inhale, the arms sweep back and up. And exhaling, squeeze your elbows in, bend, lift the back knee. And big arms out, wide, lower the back knee. Bring your hands to the floor and step the back foot forward, eyes forward, heart forward. Curling in, head to knee. Sinking into the knees. As you round up, shrugging your shoulders forward, up, back, sinking down to the knees and the hips. And then we reverse it, so the shoulders go back, up, forward, and we round all the way down. Fingers to floor, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. Right leg back, same thing. One more round, knee to floor. Inhale the hands back and up. And exhaling, knee lifts, elbow squeeze in, maybe the heart opens. And rounding your arms forward, lower the back knee. 2 more times. Hands circle back and up. And exhale, squeeze the elbows in, lift the back knee. And around, forward. Last time, inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, squeeze the elbows, back knee lifts. And lower the back knee, hugging your arms out front. And bring your hands to the floor and stepping back, down dog. Lifting your heels a little, soften the knees a little, and then rounding forward, high plank. Your knees can come to the floor, they can stay off the mat, and come all the way down to your bellies. Shoulders lift away from the floor, toes point, bum squeezes, peeling the spine away. And lowering back down. Resting up, and back to down dog. Lifting your heels a little, bending your knees a little, and floating your right leg up high. And we step the right foot all the way forward. Left knee to mat. So keeping the back toes tucked under, squeezing into the buttocks, taking your hands back. Up. Fist squeeze in, back knee lift. Heart might lift, but keep squeezing your bum. And circling arms forward, knee down. 2 more times. Inhaling, big circle, up, back and up. Elbows, fists, back knee lifts. And circling forward to hug. 1 more time. Inhaling, up. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to round. And lower the hands. Stepping the back foot forward. Eyes forward, heart forward. And curl in. Sinking into the knees. Letting the shoulders drop. As you roll up, rounding your shoulders forward, up, back, down, sinking into the knees and the hips. And then we reverse it. Back, up, forward, and roll down. Fingers to mat, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. Left leg steps back, long lunge. We're going to start adding more. Lower the back knee. Circling your hands back and up. Making fist and lifting the back knee. Circling your hands forward, lower the back knee. Good. Fingertips touch and then take your fingers lightly apart. Twisting around to the right. Lifting the right elbow up high. And curling down to center. Twisting to the left, lifting left elbow up high. And then curling down to center. Inhaling up on the right. And curling down to center. Inhaling up on the left. And curling down to center. Hands flat. And stepping back, down dog. Lifting your heels up high, sinking a little into your knees. And we roll forward. High plank. Either knees on or off the floor. Come down to your bellies. Pointing the toes. Shoulders are from floor. Peel the spine away. Cobra. And lowering all the way back down. Pressing up and back. Down dog. And then from here, lifting your heels a little. Sinking into your knees a little. And then floating your left leg up. And step your left foot halfway forward. Right heel to the mat. Left knee bends, taking your hands back, up, and palms touch. Warrior one. And then from here, taking your hands out in front. And as you inhale, straighten the leg, lifting your left arm up. Lift your right heel, open, twist, and you land in a bit of a curtsy. And you circle the hand down. Back heel lands, you're back at warrior one. Inhaling up, open, twist, curtsy. And down, return. And one last time, inhaling up, lift, twist, and curtsy. And bring your hands into your prayer. And we're going to curl all the way down. So here you might like to shorten your stance. Adding on some twists, so leaving your left hand down. Bring your right hand to shoulder. Circle your right elbow forward, up, hand to sky. Right hand to shoulder, left elbow forward, hand to floor. Second side, left elbow to shoulder, or left hand to shoulder, left elbow forward, up, hand to sky. And the hand down to shoulder, elbow forward, hand to floor. Softening into the knees, back of the hands together as you roll up, rolling the wrists. And the very top, stretch up, maybe the back heel lifts. And then you're going to return back to center, or warrior one, taking your hands out in front. And then rolling down, hands to the mat. And step forward. Eyes forward, heart forward, curling it. Eyes forward, heart forward, stepping your right leg back, knee to floor. And the back hands, or the hands circle back, up, palms touch. Squeeze your fists in, lift your back knee, maybe the heart lifts. As you lower the back knee, arms circle out in front. Fingertips might touch, and then they come a little apart. So our three-dimensional twist. Inhaling around to the left, lifting up on the left, and then curling down through center. Inhaling to the right, lifting up on the right, curling forward, down, and to the left one more time. Up, curl forward and down. One more to the right, lifting up, over, and curling down to center. Hands to the mat, and stepping back, down dog. And from our down dog, lifting the heels up a little, sinking the knees a little, floating your right leg up high, and we step the right foot halfway forward. Left heel turns to the mat, front knee bends, and we circle the hands back and up. Warrior one. Palms together out in front. So we just practice our curtsying twist first. Straightening the front leg, lifting the back heel, twist, open, curtsy, and lifting up, back, warrior one. Back heel lifts, front leg straightens, right arm up, back, open, and circling your hand down, return, warrior one. We add on our forward bend. So we lift up, open out, twist, and then bring your hands to your prayer and roll down. Stepping your back foot in a little closer if you needed to. The right hand stays down, the left hand to shoulder, left elbow forward, up, hand to sky. Hand to shoulder, elbow forward, down, hand to floor. Make sure you're standing firmly on both feet and not feeling awkward into the hips, the knees, and the legs. Right hand to shoulder, right elbow forward, up, hand to sky. And then the hand to the shoulder, elbow forward, hand down. Back of the hands together, sink a little into your knees as you roll up, rounding your wrists, rounding your spine, coming all the way up to standing. Stretch up, lengthen up. And we slowly twist back to warrior one, adjusting your stance however you need, hands out in front. And bring your hands to the mat and stepping forward. Eyes forward, heart forward, curling in. Sinking into your knees, shrugging your shoulders forward, up, rolling up, shoulders back, down, sink into your knees, and then shoulders move back, up, round forward, and roll down, fingers to floor, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. We're going to start adding more. Left leg steps back, long lunge, knee to the floor. So far, this first part we've done before. The hands back, circle up, hands touch, and squeezing your fists in, lifting the back knee. Open across the chest. Lower the back knee, hug your arms out in front. It's like you're hugging a tree. And then we twist around to the right. lifting up on the right, and then curling down through center. Twisting around to the left, lifting up on the left. And then curl forward, down to center. Bring your hands to the mat, and step back, down dog. And lifting your heels a little, bending your knees a little, and rolling forward, high plank. Knees on or off the floor, and come down to your belly. Toes point, elbows lift, shoulders lift, and peeling your spine away from the mat. Cobra pose, and lowering back to the floor. Press yourself up and back to down dog. And lifting your heels a little, bending your knees a little, floating the left leg up. And we step the left foot halfway forward. Right heel to the mat, left knee bends, and we lift up, warrior one. Hand out in front. We're going to add a little more. So as we straighten the legs, lift up, left arm up, turn and twist. Bring our hands into our prayer, and we curl forward. Again, stepping your back foot in as close as you need it to. Leaving your left hand down, right hand to shoulder. Inhaling the elbow forward, up, hand to sky. And the hand down, elbow forward, roll down, hand to mat. Second side. Elbow to shoulder, or hand to shoulder, elbow forward, up, stretch. And reversing, hand to shoulder, elbow forward, down, hand to mat. Now sink down a little further into your knees. We're going to take it a little deeper. So come down deep, squeezing into your bum. Keep rounding your spine, and then take your hands forward into a prayer position. Now you might stay here. Or brace your forearms against each other like a cross. And then we're going to twist to the right, hook your elbow to the inside of the knee, and peel your right hand toward the sky. And then you're going to come back forward to your brace position. And then we're going to twist to the left. Hook your elbow to the outside of the knee. Maybe stay, or maybe extending your left arm to the sky. And then taking it down. And brace out in front. Now you're going to stretch your fingers straight back. And your third eye forward. Lengthening out the spine. And around your spine once more. Coming back into this brace position. Sink it down a little deeper. And squeezing your butt, slowly come all the way up to standing. And twist yourself back to your warrior one. Hands out in front. And then we're going to continue our turn to the right. Sweep your right arm out to the side. And turning both toes out and bend your knees. And just so you can see me, I'm going to face you guys. So I've just flipped myself. But we'll still lead with the right side. Okay. So bring your right hand to your right knee. Your knees are bent. Actually, bring both hands to your knees. Knees are bent. Toes and knees are pointing in the same direction. Circle your hands back. Straighten your legs up. And then you make fists as you bend the knees. And you send your hips forward. Open across the chest. And again, straighten your legs. Circle your arms up. And bend your knees, pull your elbows in. And one more time. Straighten your legs, circling your arms up. Palms might touch, and then you make fists. Pull your elbows, squeeze your fists in. Your hips forward, knees back. Good. And then this time we are going to rest your right hand onto your knee. You're going to circle, or you're going to reach your left arm up. We're going to reach up and over. So basically our legs are both warrior two legs. We've just got the two front legs from warrior two. And then you're going to circle your left arm down. Left hand to left knee. And take your right arm around and up. And we'll reverse it. So left hand to left knee. Right arm up, down, around. Your hips don't move. They stay in place. Right hand to knee. The left hand continues to circle all the way up. Cool. Now you might like to stay up high, keep your hands on your knees, or we're going to take it down a little lower. So left arm up, the right hand slides down the inside of your leg, And circling the arm around. Left hand to the inside of the left leg. Right arm circles and lift up. And then, of course, the return journey. So left hand down, right hand up. Hips don't move. And circling your right hand down. Around. Right hand to right leg. Left hand circles all the way up. And you're back to where you started. Straighten your legs, squeezing up. And one round, elbows, fists, knees bend. Good. And then from here, circling your hands up. And returning to your warrior one. Adjusting your stance as you need it to. So now, I just need to change my leg, so I'm back on the same leg as you. Got left leg forward, right leg back. And bring the hands to the mat. We're going to step back to down dog. Now you can either stay in down dog, or you can move through a flow, coming forward to your high plank. Knees on or off the floor, moving all the way down to your bellies. Peeling the spine away for your cobra. And lowering down. Pressing up. And back to down dog. Now we're going to do the right leg. So lifting your heels up high. Bending a little into your knees. We're going to float the right leg up. And we're going to step the foot halfway forward. Left heel to mat. Right knee bend. And we circle up. Warrior one. Hands out in front. So it's just our one round of curtsy. So straightening your legs, lifting the back heel, right arm up and out, bending into your knees. Bring your hands to your prayer, and then curl down. Again, shorten your stance if you need it to. Then you leave your right hand down, left hand to shoulder, left elbow forward, up, hand to sky, and left hand to shoulder, elbow forward, down, hand to mat. Second side, right hand to shoulder, right elbow forward, up, hand to sky. And inhaling, reversing, hand to shoulder, elbow forward, exhaling, hand to floor. And then you sink a little deeper. And you round your spine, so you're squeezing your bum, you take your hands to your heart. And you might stay here, or it's that bracing of the arms again. So notice how I'm sinking down and adjusting your feet so that you feel stable. We're going to take it to the easy side first. So twisting to your left, hook your elbow to the inside of the knee, stay here, or take your left elbow to the sky. And then coming back to your brace position. Inhaling to the right, hook your elbow to the outside of the knee, take your right arm to the sky. There's a deeper twist. And come back to your brace position. Now we're going to straighten out the spine, so reach your fingers straight back and your third eye forward, making yourself super aerodynamic. And then again, returning to your brace position. Sinking down a little more, and squeezing your butt, standing up. And returning back to your warrior one, palms together, hands out in front, adjusting your stance as you need. And then the left arm feeds out. We turn on the toes, and we're in our horse pose. You just bring your hands to your hips as you adjust your feet, toes and knees pointing in the same direction. You're only sinking down as low as you can while you still keep your pelvic floor lifted. Cool. So now from here, keep your hands on your hips for now. And we're going to keep the hips down low. Just sway a little from side to side. We're going to add on. So, we're going to come down low. Then we're going to lift up, straighten legs, bend into the left leg, stay down low, across to the right leg, straighten the right leg, both legs straight. So now it's like we're making circles. I know. Might even be testing your brain. And then we're going to reverse it. Stay down low, and then straighten your legs, hips up. Bend into the right leg, stay down low across the left, and come up. Okay. Now you're going to keep both knees down, both knees bent, keep your hips down low. And we're going to add on arms. So it's that same sensation, but now it's only like you're rubbing your belly, if that makes sense. So your knees are going to want to move, and just let them in the beginning. It's fine. And keep your knees still. So now you feel like you only get that subtle energetic sensation. Again, it's like the energy is being moved along your spine. Cool. We're going to add on some side bends. So inhaling your hands up on the right, straighten the right leg, bend more into the left, and reach out to the left. And you're going to pull back in. One circle up on the right, down on the left. And again, up on the right, bending deeper into the left leg, reach out to the left. And come back to center, both knees bend. And then we reverse it. So now we're circling up on the left, down on the right, up on the left, straighten the left leg, reach out on the right, and stretch. And bending both knees, pulling your hands back to the navel, and down on the right, up on the left, one more time. Circling down on the right, up on the left, take it out to the right, and stretch. And come back to center. And one rubbing of your belly. Good, circle your hands all the way up, stretch your legs. Palms might touch, and then bending your knees, squeezing your fists, hips forward, heart up. And then we're going to return to our warrior one. The right leg stays forward for me. We're all on the same side. And then we're going to come down to the floor and step back. Down dog. Lifting your heels a little, bending into your knees a little, and then rolling forward. You can either stay in down dog, you can stay in your plank, or you can continue down to the floor. Our cobra pose, spine peeled away, lowering back to the mat. Pressing up, and back to down dog. Lifting the heels up a little, softening into the knees, floating the left leg up high, and the left leg comes all the way forward. Right knee to the mat. So we're finishing off with this round. Our kneeling lunge, tucking the back toes, squeezing your fists in, lifting the back knee. Lower your back knee, circle your arm down the front like a hug. And then twisting to the left, left elbow up high. And circling down. Twisting to the right, lifting up high on the right. And curling down to center, hands to the mat. Stepping forward, eyes forward, heart forward. And curling in. Sinking into your knees. And we begin with a spine or rolled and shoulder shrug. Shoulders forward, up, roll up along the spine. Shoulders back, down, sink into the knees. And we reverse it. Shoulders back, lifting up, shoulders forward, and we roll all the way down. Fingers to floor, head to knee. Inhaling, eyes forward, heart forward, and curling in. Eyes forward, heart forward, and stepping your left leg back. So we're going to come through this one full sequence. Knees to the back knee to the floor, left knee to the floor. Circling your hands back, reaching all the way up. Palms might touch. Squeeze the fists in, lift the back knee. And lower the back knee, circle your arms forward like a hug. And then twisting to the right, lifting up on the right side, right elbow to sky, and then curling down. Twisting around to the left, lifting up on the left, and rolling forward, hands to the mat, stepping back, down dog. And from down dog, we'll go straight to the warrior one, so lifting the heels up, bending into the knees, left leg to sky, and we step the left foot halfway forward. Bending into the left knee, right heel to the floor, and we take our arms all the way up. Palms touch and reaching the hands out in front. So as we circle left arm up, lifting the back heel, straightening the legs, and we turn into our curtsy. And then we roll all the way down, fingers to floor. Adjusting your stance as you need. Left hand stays down, right hand to shoulder. Circle right elbow forward, up, hand to sky. Hand down, shoulder rolls, or elbow rolls forward, hand to mat. Left hand to shoulder. Left elbow forward, Up, hand to sky. Hand to shoulder, elbow forward, roll down, hand to mat. Sink your hips down a little deeper. And lifting your hands out in front, coming into your brace position, the deeper twist. Inhaling around to the right, hook your elbow to the inside of the knee. And exhaling, right arm to sky. Inhaling back to your brace position. Pause, exhale. Inhaling, take your twist to the hardest side, to the left. Hook your elbow around the knee as you exhale, left hand to sky. And inhaling back to your brace position. Exhale, pause, maybe sink down a little deeper. And inhaling all the way up. Opening out. Warrior one, palms touch. And then opening the right arm out to the side. Turning your toes, toes out, heels in, knees bend. Circling your hands back. Up, palms touch. Making fists and squeezing your fists in, bending into your knees. Right hand to knee, left hand up. Maybe you slide down as you circle your left arm down. Left hand to left leg, circle your right arm up. And lifting back up. And the return journey. Left hand to left knee or leg. Taking your side bend, circling down. Right hand to right leg. Left arm circles out. And back. Straighten your legs, circling your hands back. Up, palms touch, making fists. Squeeze the fists in, slowly bending the knees. Pull your fists in, open your heart. And then turning your back toes in. Front toes out, warrior one. Rolling down, hands to mat, stepping back, down dog. Lifting your heels up high, sinking a little into your knees. Lifting your right leg up and stepping your right foot halfway forward. Right knee bent, left heel to mat. Then rise to warrior one. Palms touch, and the hands come out in front. Straighten your legs, lifting right arm up, left heel. Turn, twist, and curtsy. Roll down, fingers to floor. Standing firmly in your base. Right hand stays down, left hand to shoulder. Inhaling, left elbow forward, up, hand to sky. Hand to shoulder, elbow forward, roll down, hand to mat. Right hand to shoulder, right elbow forward, up, reach your hand to sky. Hand to shoulder, elbow forward, roll down, hand to mat. Sink a little into your knees, squeezing into your buttocks, and then taking your hands forward to your brace position. Inhale, twist to the easy side first. Twisting to the left, hook elbow to the inside of the knee, and exhaling left hand to sky. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, brace and pause. Inhale to the harder twist, hook the elbow around the outside knee, and exhaling right hand to sky. Inhale back to your brace position. Exhale, sink down a little deeper. Inhaling all the way up, out. And you circle your way back to your warrior one. Hands coming down to the mat. And stepping back to your down dog. Lifting your heels a little, bending a little into your knees, and floating your left leg up high. And stepping your left foot all the way forward, right knee to the mat. And circle your hands back, hands all the way to the sky. And making fists, squeeze the fists in, lift the back knee, heart up. Lower the back knee, rounding your arms forward like a hug. Inhaling a twist to the left, twisting to the left, lifting up high on the left, and then curling down through center, twisting to the right. Inhaling up high on the right, and curling down through center, hands to the mat. Stepping forward, eyes forward, heart forward. Curling, sinking into your knees and your hips, squeezing your butt. Shoulders shrug forward, up, rolling to standing, shoulders back, down, sink into the knees. And inhaling, shoulders back, up, roll forward and roll down the front of your spine, fingers to mat, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. Heel and toe your feet together. And keeping your feet flat on the floor, legs together. You begin to bend your knees. You take your butt as low as you can. Maybe your hands come forward. You might like to hold onto the mat. Giving yourself a little bit of a stretch on the Achilles, leaning a little forward. And then come all the way onto your butt. Good. Adjusting yourself. Feet can be hip distance, or perhaps really keep them together. Hold on to the back of your knees. And as you slide your feet forward, you lean back, so now your arms are straight. Staying here, inhaling up along the back of your spine. And exhaling down the front of your spine. You might stay here with your feet on the floor, holding the back of your knees. Or you might keep your feet on the floor, take your hands out in front. You might also lift your heels just off the mat. Or maybe you flex your feet and keep your heels on the mat and the toes lift. And we're going to keep the palms pressing together. Maybe you'd like to take your heels just off the floor as well. Wherever you are with your feet, inhaling to the left. Hand, fingertips tap the floor. And as you exhale, reach a little more out to the left. Inhaling all the way back up to center. Around to the right. And as you exhale, reach your hands a little further out to the right. And then inhaling across to the left. And as you exhale, twist a bit more to the left. Inhaling across to the right. And as you exhale, a little bit to the right. One more time, inhaling to the left. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the right. And exhale, twist. And then bring your feet to the floor. Rest your belly on your thighs, hands on your ankles, and your head between your legs. Notice how you're feeling. Let your shoulders feel heavy. Let your head be supported on your knees so your neck can relax. And then from here, we're going to sit up. Arrange your feet so they're hip distance. Scoot your butt to your heels, and then you're going to lie all the way down onto your back. But keeping your feet hip distance, feet flat on the floor. And it's like we're making snow angels. So circle your hands out wide, and then take your hands up towards the sky. Now it's the same thing we've been doing in our standing sequences. Make fists with your hands. And as you pull your fists in, squeeze your butt, lift your hips up to the sky. And then lowering your hips, lowering your hands. Circling your hands out wide. And taking your hands to the ceiling. Making fists. And then inhaling, squeeze your fists in. And as you exhale, lift a little higher, press your elbows down. And then lowering hips and hands. One more time. Inhaling like a snow angel, sweeping your hands out wide. Taking your hands towards the ceiling. And making fists, squeezing your fists in, lifting your hips up high. And maybe walk your shoulder blades a little closer together. You might stay like this, pushing your elbows down, squeezing your butt, hips higher. You might like to interlace your fingers. Maybe your hands can walk a little closer. Or your hands, your shoulder blades. But keep squeezing your bum, lifting your hips up. And keep that sensation of trying to get your elbows down to the floor. So have a slight, invisible bend into your elbows. And use that to help broaden across the chest, the collarbones. And then you're going to gently release. And you're going to lower your hips back down. And just maybe windscreen wipe your knees from side to side. And coming back up, feet are hip distance, knees pointing straight up. Inhaling your snow angel arms. And this time as you take your hands up towards the sky, lift your head and shoulders, bring your knees in. You're going to reach your hands in between your legs. Now bring your feet to touch. Keep reaching in between your legs, squeezing your knees toward your shoulders. And then you're going to bring your feet back down. Hands to the mat. Circling like snow angel wings. And then as you take your hands up, you're going to roll in, feet, or your hands in between your legs, squeeze yourself in. And then feet to the floor. Hands to the mat. One more time. Circle your hands out wide. And then this time, taking your hands up, lifting head and shoulders. You're going to reach your fingers in front of your toes. Then you're going to press the big toes together, taking your heels apart. And then push your palms forward. And this is like crow pose, lying on the floor. So your knees are trying to squeeze your triceps. Your big toe bones are pinching together. Your hands are pressing forward. And then gently release. Hands to knees. You might like to rock a little from side to side. And then either roll to your side and come up, or you're going to rock back and forth. I've got a phone on my back, so that doesn't feel very comfortable. And coming back into this feet staying together in our little tiny squat. Bring your heels to the mat. And then bum to sky, fingers to floor. Now you're going to take your feet. Actually, no, keep your feet hip distance. Bring your hands to the mat. We'll do regular crow first. Hands to the floor. Lifting your heels off the mat. And then bringing your elbows to your armpit. Not your elbows. The elbows of your legs are called knees. Your knees to your armpits. Bending your elbows ever so slightly so you've got a bit of a ledge. It's like your triceps are creating a ledge. Push your knees into your triceps and armpits. Push your armpits and triceps back into your knees. And you lean forward into your knuckles. And you might stay here. Or you might lift your feet off the mat. Keep looking forward. And then bring your feet to the floor. This time take your feet hip distance. Flat feet. And hold on to your elbows and just sway a little from side to side. Let your knees be really bent. Maybe let your belly rest on your thighs. And bring your hands back to the mat. Bring your feet hip distance. So take 2 fists and measure 2 fists between your ankles. And leaving your left foot where it is, slide your right foot back. So your feet are still hip distance. You've just slid your right foot, pulled it back, and lining up your right big toe with your left heel. And you're going to come down like you're tying your shoelaces. So the feet are still hip distance. You've just brought your right foot back. Now lifting your butt a little bit away from your heel. Taking your right hand out to the side. And then bringing your left hand to your shoulder. Circling your left elbow forward. Up. Reach your left hand to the sky. Lift your butt a little more away from the heel. And bring your hand back to the shoulder. Elbow circles down. And come back to center. Now you're going to now it's the harder side. So the left hand out. Right hand to shoulder. Circle your elbow forward. Up. And maybe reach your hand. And now as you bring your right hand back to your shoulder, elbow circles down. Maybe your elbow's on the outside of your left knee. And you might stay here. You might bring your hands together in a prayer. Now our feet are still in that staggered position. So the left foot is flat, the right heel is lifted. Or you might be able to bring your hands flat onto the mat so you've got a deep twist of the spine. And then you can rest your left hip on your left elbow. Your right thigh on your left thigh on your right elbow, and you might lean into a side crow. But see if you can keep your knees hip distance like they were. Your feet, your knees are hip distance. And then you come back to your staggered position, undo your twist, bum to sky, parallel your feet, and just sway a little bit more side to side. And then eyes forward, heart forward. And curling in. This time you leave your right foot where it is. You measure 2 fists between your ankles. And slide the left foot back. So your feet are hip distance. Left big toe lines up with right heel. And then you sit your butt down. Lifting your bum a little bit away from the heel. Left hand out to the side. Right shoulder, or right hand to right shoulder. Circle your right elbow forward, up. Hand to sky. Getting a twist, open the chest. And then hand to shoulder. Circle your elbow and come back to center. And we take it up to the right. So the right fingertips on the floor, left hand to elbow. And then you circle your left elbow. Reach it up. Reach your hand up to the sky. Open your chest. And then you're going to bring your hand down. Bring your elbow down. Maybe hook your elbow around the knee. And you might stay here in a staggered squat with prayer hands. Or if your twist is deep enough, you might be able to bring both hands flat to the mat. Bend a little into your elbow. Right hip to right elbow. One day you might be able to do this without having to rest your hip on the elbow. But for now, use the help you can. And it's the right thigh on the left elbow. And you keep your feet and your knees hip distance. Staying in your staggered squat position. Your pelvic floor will stay toned. And then bring your feet back to your staggered squat. Undo your twist. Bum to sky. Parallel your feet, hip distance. And last time, swaying from side to side, holding on to your elbows. And back to stillness. And in this Raggedy Ann doll position, inhale and follow the movement of energy along the back of your spine to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, follow the energy move down the front of your spine and back down toward your pelvis. One more time. The breath moves, energy moves along the spine. And exhaling, the energy moves down the front of your spine toward your pelvis. Hands to the mat. Inhaling, eyes forward, heart forward. Heel and toe your feet back together. Keeping your heels flat on the mat. Last time, sinking your butt as low as you go. Keeping your feet, your legs together. Maybe you've already noticing you can take your butt a little closer to the mat. And then all the way bum to floor. Bring your feet hip distance. And we're going to come all the way back down onto the mat. Back into our bridge pose. And then another snow angel arms. Sweeping your arms out wide. Taking your hands up towards the sky. Making fists with your hands. And then as you squeeze your elbows and your fists in, squeeze your butt, lifting your hips towards the sky. So another round of our back bends. From here you might like to interlace your hands. Squeezing your shoulder blades a little closer together. Or you might like to come into a deeper back bend, wheel pose, hands next to shoulders. Now really important, point your elbows to the sky like we've been doing. So elbows pointing to the direction we're moving. Squeezing your bum, pushing up to the top of your head, elbows still pointing to the sky. Squeeze your butt and straighten your arms. And then we lower down, tuck the chin. And rolling onto your back. And releasing your hands out to a T shape. Take your feet as wide as your mat. And let your knees windscreen your right from side to side. And then once you're ready, after you feel you've done even amount of sides, rolling onto your side, using your hands to press you up. One last seated posture. Take your legs out wide. And keep your knees fairly bent. So your toes and your knees point to the sky, and your heels dig down into the floor. We circle the hands all the way up. Bring the hands towards our heart. And now you might like to keep your fingers on the floor. And we're going to do those rolls that we did in the beginning. Keep the fingers on the floor. Rolling. And we're going to reverse it. We're going to roll the other way. Toes and knees still pointing out to the side. So the reason I ask you to keep your knees bent is because you'll feel a little bit more freedom in the hips and pelvis. Good. So and then come back to stillness. You might stay in doing those circles, or you might take your palms up towards the sky. You might be able to stretch your legs a little more, but it's not a must. And now we're just going to sway from side to side. So you might do the circles we were just doing with the knees still fairly bent, totally fine. Or you're going to sway forward to the left, Forward to the right. Forward to the left. Forward to the right. Hands facing up. An opportunity to receive gifts from the universe, but also offering up humility and gratitude. And you might notice that little by little, as you sway from side to side and you reach further out at center, that you're slowly coming down further and further. Easing our way closer to the mat. And we're going to come back to center, noticing where you are in time and space. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is only feeling good. So do what feels good for you. It's the only thing that matters. You might be able to bring your elbows to the floor. You might have your legs straight and your belly flat on the mat. Awesome. You might have your legs super bent and staying up high on your fingertips. Also good. Wherever you are, inhaling from the pelvis along the back of the spine, the back of the heart, the back of the neck, the back of the skull, piercing the top of your skull with the breath, and then letting the exhale move down the front of your spine. 2 more of these. Inhaling up the back of the spine. Exhaling down the front of the spine. Last time, inhaling up the back of the spine. And exhaling down the front of the spine. And then slowly walking your hands back. Sitting up nice and tall. And you're going to help your legs back. So hold onto the back of your knees. Help your legs together. And we're going to adjust ourselves and roll down onto your backs. Stretching your legs out long. Just making sure, have a last peek, make sure your legs are equidistant, so one leg isn't more out to one side than the other. And then lying your head back down, resting on the back, the middle of your middle back part of your skull. If your shoulders feel like they're curled up, press the back of your skull into the floor so your chest lifts a little, giving a bit of freedom of movement to the shoulder blades. Let them slide onto the back of the rib cage. Let the tips of your shoulders drop down to the floor before you lower back to the mat. And arrive into Savasana. This is your relaxation. And if it helps you to relax, you might follow that spinal breathing we've been doing, or we started the class with, and that we finished the physical practice with before Savasana. And allowing yourself to slow down into stillness. Connecting with the stillness and the pause that also exists within you. There is always a pause with every beat of your heart. And there's also, it's followed by a pause. Whether or not we notice. There's always the slightest pause between the in-breath and the out-breath, and between the out-breath and the in-breath. For our life has always got activity and stillness. And as you give yourself permission to relax and connect to the stillness, allow gravity to once more hold you close to the earth. Allow gravity to hold you into this present moment. And notice the pace that life wants you to live at. Welcome home. When you're ready, inviting movement and life back into your body. Maybe you do that by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Again, remembering the pace that life wants you to live at. When you're ready, curling onto your side. Let your head rest on your arm. And from here, keep your eyes closed, savoring each moment in darkness a little longer. Finding your way back to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your palms together, let your thumbs rest against your heart. And in this final seated position, noticing, feeling where gravity holds you close to the earth. Noticing where you connect your thumbs to your chest. And you hold the midline of your body where the right and the left sides meet and you become whole. And bowing your head towards your heart. Honoring the wholeness that is you. In this present moment. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Come back again soon.